Jo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu einem neuen Genshin Impact Video. Heute probieren wir beim Einladungsereignis Layla das vermeintlich erste Ending freizuschalten. Dazu müssen wir verlegter Dialog nochmal starten und ein anderes Ende quasi erzielen. Das geht relativ einfach, indem man einfach immer eine andere Auswahlmöglichkeit nimmt, als die man schon genommen hat, und dann klappt das in der Regel. Außer natürlich, wenn es 3 Auswahlmöglichkeiten gibt, aber oftmals ist es eben dann die wichtige Entscheidung, wenn es nur 2 gibt. So, skippen wir erstmal. Ich glaube, wir geben ihr einen Ratschlag irgendwie, wo wir hingehen sollen oder irgendwie so. Da müssen wir jetzt dann quasi was anderes sagen. Das wird's nicht sein, deine Augen strahlen ja richtig.
My troubles are at an end. Let's take a look at what thank you for your letter.
Ja, nee, das ist es nicht gewesen. Das ist das Gleiche.
Followed, consider the what the it's apps, but I'm running.
Vielleicht will sie dich damit nur in der Nase herumführen.
Good point. Why else would it use such a roundabout way to tell me its answer? Supposedly, everyone who's been pranked by the Silly had angered it in some way. That means the Silly is someone who's very strict and serious about knowledge. But who knows if it's really a Silly?
Wir haben es geschafft. Wichtig sind die Zeitkosten.
True. And
oh.
If I don't get an answer, then I'll only have wasted more time. Oh, but there's nothing else we can do. It's the one holding all the cards. It's completely hidden and can choose whether to help us or not. After all, it'd probably be impossible to find it and ask my question in person.
Das wäre eine Möglichkeit.
Huh? I was just kidding. Oh, please don't take me seriously. It's a Silly we're talking about. According to legend, Sillies are elusive and can create countless copies of themselves. Who's to say that it won't summon a shooting star to crush us once we find it?
Glaubst du nicht wirklich an diese Legenden, oder?
Sorry. I'm just a little panicky. Okay, Layla. Calm down and think. If the Silly is a person, then there has to be a way to track them down. We have 2 possible leads right now. The first is the checkout logs of those 2 books, and the other is the red stamp. The red stamp bears the Vertrauens emblem, which is used by a lot of people. It'll be hard to track down an individual, so we should probably start with the checkout logs.
Einverstanden, das klingt logisch.
Let's go and make an inquiry. We can also ask around the House of Dana and see if anyone else knows something about the Wisdom Silly.
There's really no need to fight over such...
Hi there. Do you know anything about the Wisdom Silly?
Yes, of course. I've been looking into it for quite a while now. However, I feel like I'm still missing some key pieces of information. Hey, maybe if we put our heads together, we can figure something out.
Sure. I'll try my best.
There are a few known traits of the Wisdom Sealy. First, it's extremely strong. It can easily carry a few dozen books, along with 4 or 5 pieces of astrology equipment all at once. It's extremely athletic as well. It only moves in a straight line and doesn't stop for anything, not even walls or rivers. Lastly, it has a number of special abilities. It has a hardened metal body that's impervious to injury. It can freeze water into ice, and it can also summon meteors.
That doesn't even sound human.
Klingt wie die Hauptfigur einer
Well, it
Superheldengeschichte.
is a legend after all. It's no surprise that some details seem a little exaggerated. But these aren't just made up, you know. Each of its abilities has been confirmed by eyewitnesses. There have been many sightings too, including at Chatrakam Cave, the Avidia Forest, and around the waterfall south of Sumeru City.
Has anyone seen what it actually looks like? Or what kind of person it is?
Not that I know of. No one's been able to get close to it. It seems like it tries to stay out of sight. I would probably want to remain a mystery too, if I were someone as legendary as the Wisdom Sealy. So what do you make of it? Have you seen it somewhere as well?
No. We're probably gonna need some time to digest all the, incredible information you've provided us.
Not a problem. But if you manage to find anything, be sure to come and tell me about it. I trust that you'll quickly discover the excitement of slowly unraveling the truth.
Hi there. Have you heard of the legend of the Wisdom Sealy?
Do I really look like the kind of student that would be interested in such a pointless legend?
Oh, I'm sorry. We were just curious.
Well, I do happen to have some information on it.
Das hättest du doch gleich sagen können.
Logically, that has nothing to do with the question I asked. I just don't want others to see me as some poor excuse for a student, whiling away my time in the House of Dana.
I don't really think bad students would come to the House of Dana to pass the time. But anyways, you were saying?
Well, I spend most of my time here, and I have noticed something odd before. One time, late at night, a black shadow fell from above and landed in the central area of the House of Dana. Of course, I was a little sleepy at the time, but it startled me, and I got up to see what was going on.
And then what happened?
Then, the shadow quickly circled behind me with incredible speed. Just as I tried to turn around to get a look at it, I fainted.
Klingt nach einem ziemlich starken Schatten.
It was unbelievably fast. I had never seen anything like it. It was so unusual that I wasn't sure if it was real or if I was half dreaming. But given how popular the legend of the Sealy has become lately, maybe this has something to do with it.
Don't take this the wrong way, but doesn't the House of Dana have a door?
It was closed that night. I suppose even the House of Dana needs to be closed for maintenance from time to time.
I see. That makes sense. But what were you doing here if the House of Dana was closed?
Don't look so surprised. It's a common practice to find a place to hide before they lock the doors, so you can continue reading books here. Everyone knows that.
Dein Studium klingt so anstrengend, zum Glück bin ich hier kein Student.
Anyway, thank you for the info. I'll be sure to take note of everything you mentioned.
You're welcome.
Oh, hello there. Can I help you?
Hello. I'm a Ratawahis student and would like to see the checkout logs for theoretical astrology and a quick reference guide to astrology cases.
Oh, are you also here to investigate the Ratawahist Wisdom Sealy legend?
Also? I suppose it makes sense that we're not the only ones investigating such a popular legend.
Yes, I myself am also quite curious about it, but unfortunately I haven't found anything out of the ordinary. Given you're Ratawa's student, I'm sure you know that a lot of research references these two books. All our copies of these particular titles are frequently checked out. I have looked into it, but found no irregularities in the checkout logs.
Is there any chance the silly could have taken the books out and returned them without being noticed?
Not likely, that would be almost impossible. The House of Dana is extremely strict about the circulation of its books. There will always be a record if a book is checked out. And even if it managed to figure out a way to take the books without leaving any record, it's possible that someone would come looking to borrow the books before the Seelie returned them. If someone discovers that a book is missing or that it doesn't match my inventory records, it would come to my attention immediately. However, it might be possible to pull off in the case of a less popular book.
Okay, I understand now, thank you. This is useful to know. With any luck, it'll help us work out the Seelie's identity. Okay, everyone's given us a lot of useful information. Let's go through it and try to organize everything. Some things we heard were pretty straightforward, but others were just, ridiculous.
Du findest bestimmt heraus, während wo sie ist.
Yeah. Let me think and see what I can make of it. Okay, calm down, Layla. I know the info's all over the place, but you can definitely do it. First, let's try to figure out the Seelie's identity based on the clues we currently have. Then, we'll analyze where it's been sighted and its motives. Finally, we'll piece everything together. From there, we should be able to predict its movement. Alright, let's give it a try.
Oh, Sichtungsort.
It's been to the Chatrakam cave, the Avidia forest. It's been to the Chatrakam cave.
Oh, ich habe nichts Neues ausgewählt.
I think I heard somewhere. I think,
Hä, wieso geht das nicht?
it once infiltrated the
Puh.
book circulation is.
Ich würde sagen das.
I may be able to
Nope.
come up with a.
Ich habe das wieder nicht interpretiert.
I may be able to come
Okay,
up
das ist es auch nicht.
I may be
Nope.
able. I may be
Es war der Sichtungsort.
I may be able to come up with a more concrete
Wait, what? Wait, what?
stamp.
Ich habe nicht... Hä?
Which probably means
Ich habe es weder interpretiert noch...
student.
Das gibt's doch nicht. Ach so. Oh. Mist, was war es nochmal? Hä? I'm so confused. What the hell? Hat es nicht früher ganz anders funktioniert?
Okay,
Hä?
I think I've got it now.
Ich habe es ganz anders in Erinnerung. Okay. Erzähl, zu welchem Ergebnis du gekommen bist.
First, based on the information Katayun provided, we can assume that the Seelie is a student from the Ratawahis Darshan. The possibility of it being someone outside the Darshan can be ruled out because it'd be impossible to gain access to those two books without going through the librarian. Next, leaving its crazy abilities aside, all the sightings took place in locations that are officially recommended for astrology observation by the academia. In other words, it's probably just conducting research, and the nature of its research is very similar to mine. The question that I submitted was no simple query, but it was able to give me a reply in just a day. This implies that it's familiar with a similar field of knowledge. So based on this reasoning, all we have to do is wait for it at the next astrological observation site.
Deine Schlussfolgerungen sind nachvollziehbar.
It's nothing, really. There are actually some other factors that I've been speculating about. But that's not important right now. Let's get going. Even though we have a lead, it's still hard to say whether we'll be able to make any discoveries. I'll tell you what I mean by that if the Sealy doesn't show up. The weather today is perfect for observation. Let's see if it shows up. Honestly, spending an entire night waiting for something that we're not sure is gonna happen might not be the best use of our time. But we don't really have any choice. This is all we've got. Get some sleep if you're tired. I'll be up. It's not like I could sleep anyways.
Allein zu warten ist langweilig.
Thanks. Oh, how about I share some basics about astrology with you? If you're interested, that is. Sure enough, it didn't show up. We hardly saw any animals, let alone people. No matter how conclusive the evidence is or how perfect our reasoning may be, nothing will happen as long as I'm awake.
Meinst du die Weisheitsseele oder den Segen der Sterne?
They're probably one and the same. It's like I told you, I have a severe sleeping disorder, and there have been a lot of rumors about me sleepwalking. I tried to understand what I had been doing when I'm unconscious, but I've never been able to get any definitive evidence. Something is actively attempting to cover up all the clues without my knowing. Maybe that something is me. Or maybe it isn't. I can't be sure. For all I know, I could even be the Sealy. But what if I am? Would the Sealy be willing to help me this time? What is it actually thinking? I really have no idea.
Vielleicht kann ich dir helfen.
Huh? You want to help me? Of course it would be nice to know what's really going on. But that's impossible. It's always avoiding me and keeping me in the dark. And that won't change even if you're around.
Sie scheint die Wahrheit wissen zu wollen. Ich sollte besser einen Weg finden, die andere sie direkt zu fragen.
Huh? What's wrong?
Nichts, vielleicht ist es wirklich unmöglich.
Yeah. And to think I could have been working on my thesis this whole time. My stomach is churning just thinking about it.
Uff, beides Negative. Jetzt kannst du deine Abhandlung wirklich nicht mehr fertigstellen.
Please stop. The more you talk about it, the more silly I feel. Oh, come on, Layla. What are you doing? Everyone's gonna start thinking you're crazy now. Oh no. I'm losing it. So dizzy.
Entschuldige, dass ich dir das zumute.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got distracted there. Where were we?
Hat sie sich wieder erholt, bedeutet das...
Oh, what's wrong? You look like you've got something on your mind.
Bist du die andere Layla?
What are you talking about? What do you mean the other Layla? I am Layla.
Kannst du bitte unser Gespräch wiederholen?
Fine. It appears that you were waiting for me to show up. I suppose there's no use in me pretending. I promise I don't mean any harm and I'll answer all your questions. But before that, would you mind telling me who you are first?
Ein Freund von Layla, ich helfe ihr dabei, ihre Abhandlung
Let
fertigzustellen.
me think. Okay, I got it. You two found this place by following the hints that I left behind. You were planning to wait for me. Or I should say you were waiting for the Sealy to show up. Was this your idea or hers?
Sie hat mich hierher gebracht.
I see. Yes, she's always had great analytical skills. It'd be nice if she was more confident, though. All right. That's all the questions I have. Your turn. Please ask away.
Warum spielt die Selie denn den Leuten Streiche?
I can instantly tell which students are asking serious questions and which are just trying to take advantage of me to slack off. My time to move freely is quite limited, so it's only natural that I would punish the people attempting to waste my time. My intention is to help people. I'm not here to cause any harm.
Du bist die Selie, nicht wahr?
That's right. Though I didn't intend for it to turn out this way, really. I just wanted to help out a few other classmates who were having a hard time while I was helping Layla finish her thesis. You see, Layla doesn't have many friends at the academia. If the others noticed her helping them out, I thought maybe I'd help her become more sociable. Unfortunately, that didn't really work out. Instead, legends of the Sealy started going around. But that's alright.
Warum hast du dich in den Daena-Palast geschlichen? Warum gibt es Gerüchte, dass du besondere Kräfte hast?
Infiltrating the House of Dana was a total accident. She'd forgotten an important book, and the House of Dana happened to be closed at the time. There were only days before the paper was due. I had no choice but to scale the walls with some simple climbing ropes and sneak in from above while the core 30 wasn't paying attention. I had no idea there was still a student inside. I had no choice but to put him to sleep. Any clear evidence of my existence would only hinder my ability to conceal my identity. It would also expose me to Layla as well. As for the special powers, well, they're just things I did during the process of trying to finish the thesis. It's like I said, I don't have much time, so I need to be as efficient as possible. Well then, does that answer all your questions?
Ich habe noch eine letzte Frage. Wieso willst du nicht, dass sie von dir weiß?
You see, her emotions are incredibly unstable. She's constantly doubting herself. If she knew that there's another Layla who is capable of doing everything, she may think even less of herself. She could think, maybe I should just leave it all to her. I'm always relying on her anyway. Why not let her live my life for me? She might start thinking about giving up completely, and that's the exact opposite of what I'm trying to do for her. After all, she and I are one and the same. We're two sides of the same coin. No one knows her greatest strength more than I do. It's her resilience. If she's able to persevere in everything she does, then one day she won't need my help anymore. I trust that she's capable of doing that, and it's something that she should do on her own.
So ist das also.
She actually discovered the key data she needs for her thesis a long time ago. She just didn't organize it well enough. I'll complete her thesis for her just as I have in the past. Oh, please don't share any of this with her. I would like to keep this a secret for both of our sakes.
Ich verstehe.
Thank you for doing this for me. No, for us. She seems to be waking up now. Well, this is goodbye. If we never meet again, then I guess I did something right. Huh? Did I faint? Or did I fall asleep?
Alles gut, du hast nur geschlafen.
Oh, I see. Was I sleepwalking? I wasn't I?
Nein.
Really? I don't believe you. You're hiding something from me. It's written all over your face.
Wirklich nicht.
You said you were gonna help me, didn't you? Why are you holding out on me now? Please tell me. You promised you'd help.
Das Unaussprechbare. Die Verabredung mit ihr einzuhalten bedeutet ein ihr gegebenes Versprechen zu brechen. Das ist in der Tat eine heikle Situation. Gut, das dürfte Ending 1 gewesen. Vielleicht auch nicht. Doch, es war Ending 1, genau. Gut, die anderen 3 Endings sind dann logischerweise im unteren Strang. Damit machen wir dann nächstes Mal weiter. Ich sage danke euch vielmals fürs Zuschauen. Ich würde mich selber ein Like, Kommentar und auch ein Abo von euch freuen. Bis zum nächsten Mal mit Genshin Impact. Haut rein und ciao, ciao.